So hey y'all, welcome to Wind Down Wednesday with Keisha, y'all. You didn't get the intro and the outro today because I'm not gonna lie, I'm not even prepared for y'all today, but we here and we gonna do this, right? So tonight's topic, we're gonna be talking about um polyamorous relationships versus threesomes. So I want y'all to go ahead and get a good glass of wine, settle in, get comfortable because tonight's conversation is for grown folks, it's not for children. So put your little children up because yeah, we're gonna get into it. So of course, you know, Melanie, she's a repeat offender, and I have someone that's gonna pop on. Her name is Cassia. She's actually had the experience of a threesome and polyamorous relationships. So she's gonna come on and give, you know, the background of that and what all of that means. And we're just gonna have a good conversation about it. And y'all know I love to drink me a good glass of red wine. So tonight I'm sipping on Behringer. This is a red blend. It has blackberries. Is a very well, it's not a vinegary taste. It's very smooth. You can actually taste the berries in this wine, which is very good. Um, and I also like this is my go-to wine if I just feel like I want to drink wine. These are one of my go-to wines when I'm on a budget, and you can definitely get the largest bottle in the store at Rouse's for maybe about 10 to 12 bucks. So and it's a good store-bought wine. And this is one that I like. So I just want to say too, before anyone gets, you know, defensive, this conversation is not judgmental at all. It's for entertainment and educational purposes only. But I would like to start the year off by saying I need you guys to subscribe, like, and share, because if you don't subscribe and you don't like and share, the content that I'm putting out there, then of course I won't get the sponsorships that I need. And we all want everybody to make money, right? And there's room for everyone to make money. So on that note, well, I want y'all can subscribe right now to YouTube and go in and just like, share, and subscribe. And what I want to try and do is like once I get to a certain amount of subscribers, then we can talk about giving the subscribers gifts and things like that. But I don't want to make promises like that early on, but we'll see how it goes. So this conversation, you know, sometimes I think the conversation that we're going to be having about this, you know, somewhere along the way, people started confusing sex and freedom and emotional responsibility. And I think that we need to talk about that because I have my opinion and my perspective, and Mel has her opinion and her perspective as well. But me being the old big age that I am of 58, I've just never thought about having a threesome with my partner because for number one, I'm very cheeky, right? And for number two, um, I I don't believe in sharing my meat at all. I don't believe in sharing my meat. And as far as the polyamorous stuff, I just, you know, I if I'm in a relationship with someone, I'm in a relationship with that particular person. Is there's nothing that I've ever thought about exploring. I don't know about you, Mel. What you think? Mel, can you hear me?
You can hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I think when you're young, not serious, for sure, if that's something you're interested in. But when you're trying to have a serious relationship and build a future, I don't think it works. I haven't seen it work.
I know
That's
I
just
yeah, I've never seen it work, but I wanna. kind of define what is the difference between a polyamorous relationship. And
Mm.
I was hoping Cassia would have been on by now to kind of
Well, I have friends who there's a difference between the poly relationship and just having threesomes. There's a difference. Like, you know, it's a couple who chooses that they want to experience that with different people, or they may decide because the relationship is everyone's in a relationship. And it
mm,
comes down to, building wealth together, having a multiple family household. A lot of them get married, all of them married. And it could work like that, but everybody has to be understanding, Um, I mean, I used to watch a show called Big Love, but they're into that, the Europeans, but unfortunately how they did it, that's a whole nother story. But they have the man having multiple wives with multiple homes and things of that nature. Or you can have it where you're all in one centralized household making it work. Um, then you have you know, that lifestyle people. And so they do a little bit of it all. But like I said, I haven't seen it work successfully with relationships because a lot of times, even when you see some guys may have a woman who's open to that, and you'll see them betraying the trust, going behind that woman's back, trying to contact the other one, woman that they're having the threesomes with behind the woman's back. So I've seen that happen a lot as well.
yeah, and from what I've read, that one experience is a little bit more structured than the other one, and one is I guess is mainly about sex. And Casille has joined us, so she can dive a little bit deeper in to this topic because what I was trying to do is basically define the difference between the two to help people to understand. So, I'm giving you the floor, like to introduce yourself and, and just give us a little commentary on your experiences and we'll just have a conversation about it from there.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. So first, my name is Cassia, and I like to think myself somewhat of an expert when it comes to this topic because I have lived that life, and all the different dynamics when it comes to having being in a poly life. I've been poly single. I've had a poly relationship with my ex-husband where it was a closed poly relationship, and we had an open poly relationship, and we had a don't ask, don't tell poly relationship. Um, we went through a phase of um, including other people into our space where we can build and grow together as a unit. Um, and of course, I think when I joined in, I heard one of you mentioning something about, the guy going behind the woman's back with the other woman that they're no longer dealing with or something like that. There were situations that would happen. And when it's supposed to be a close poly relationship, there's just me, him, and one other, and we're building and growing together. Um, if things didn't work out with one woman, and it was like, yeah, something's not right, something is off, she's not connecting, it's not aligning. He had an issue with letting go because his mindset wasn't actually where my mindset was. His was more of like the fun part, the quote unquote threesomes and things like that. That's where his mind was at. But he tried to disguise it as wanting to build a structure and grow
Hmm.
and develop together. Otherwise, like on my end, it's like it was more than that because I can't deal with people being in my face just for fun. When it comes
Hmm.
to developing and building relationships, especially with something like that, you're living and you're making decisions. There's supposed to be another partner coming into the situation. Um, so yeah, that, that's good
So
So I
stories.
have a question.
Yeah.
So where are you with you experiencing those different variables? Did it come from? um, possibly being in the lifestyle scene, and then you pick that? Or, and another question I have is, how are you now? Do you, after experiencing those different levels, what is your opinion about it now? Like, is that something you want for the rest of your life, or is something you don't?
Okay. So with that particular question, there's actually layers of it for me
Mm-hmm.
because it's, and this would probably be something better like for a completely different topic, but when I was little, of course, I, having experiences with girls and things like that. So I felt as if, I liked girls, I was attracted to some girls, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and so I was bisexual. So me
Mm-hmm.
being with a man and a woman wasn't a big deal to me. It wasn't,
Mm-hmm.
so having a partner that was okay with me being bisexual was fine. Of course, I was younger, and so him having that openness to it. So I'm like, okay, we can do threesomes. Okay, we can have
Mm-hmm.
some fun. I had that mindset where I was like, have some fun, but once we're done, the girl gotta go. I don't want nobody else in my
Mm-hmm.
space. I'm very picky about what I have in my space, so I went through that phase. And then I went through a phase of like I wanted to actually have create a sisterhood, somebody that women
Mm-hmm.
can go and talk to and have my back, and I have my break and keep from cooking and doing things like that. We
Mm-hmm.
actually build a lifestyle together. Um, so I went through different phases of it, but of
Mm-hmm.
course, dealing with a man that was not mentally and emotionally capable of understanding that it was more than just about sex, and
Mm-hmm.
him just getting excited with the idea of, oh, yeah, I got two beautiful women on my arm, and not
Mm-hmm.
really focusing about what it really meant to have a poly relationship. That's when the other dynamics came into play. So, okay, well, if you want to talk to these women that I'm not interested in, you can do that on your own. I'm just not going to deal with it. And then it
Mm-hmm.
became it's an open poly relationship. You talk to whoever you want to talk to. I don't want to deal with it. I don't have a jealous bone in my body. I don't care. I know that some people, if they allow themselves to, are capable of loving more than one person. If you allow yourself to. Um, so I'm like, I'm not going to stop you from being happy. I'm not going to
Mm-hmm.
do it. So um, it went to like, do what you want, and I'll do whatever I want if I decide I want to do something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And we tried the close poly relationship, but once a cheater, always a cheater. So you have two women that you claim that you're in love with, that you want to be with, and now you're cheating on both of them. So
Mm.
it
Yeah,
was, okay, yeah, you're just not going to be satisfied either way. So then
exactly.
I ended up separating from him. And when I started dating seriously, I did date couples that wanted me to
Mm-hmm.
be the third, and then there were
Mm-hmm.
different dynamics with each couple I decided to give a chance to. One wanted a
Mm-hmm.
completely closed relationship where it was the three of us, nobody else. Like I'm with her, I'm with him, they're
Mm-hmm.
both with me. We make decisions together. But I don't deal with. I didn't do too well with somebody trying to latch on to me so soon, so
Yeah.
fast like that. It just was like, wait a minute, we just met.
Yeah.
Y'all already trying to plan a third wedding with me included. Like, let's go ahead and slow your roll. And then I dated a couple where the woman was absolutely amazing. Um, she was, it was like she was fully invested within the
Mm-hmm.
guy. Gave me um, my ex-husband vibes. He was in it for a good.
Mm.
He really wasn't in it for building on a ground.
Building,
And
yeah.
yeah, and going into a situation where I see a man disrespecting his wife, it's
Yeah.
negative for
You
me.
already know.
I can't. Yeah, so I've had one woman in particular. She was very sweet, and I had to say this, but I was like, yeah, I can't do this. I said, I don't want to deal with him just for the sake of talking to you. I said, I don't
Mm-hmm.
like the way he treats you. I don't like the way he disrespects you. And I can't be in a space like that. And she was like, I completely understand. She was like, I had a feeling that's why you kind of backed off. I'm not about to enter any relationship that's toxic.
That's
I'm
right.
at my peace. I have my peace. I'm gonna stay there. But now I'm not looking to be in a poly relationship. Um,
Mhm.
that's just not what I want for myself right now. Because I know
Mhm.
that one of the reasons why I said there's some layers to a lot of layers to this onion as to why I started dating women in the first place. Um,
Mhm.
Going as far as back as things that happened to me in my childhood, and as I've had more time and peace by myself and alone, I was able to
Mhm.
reevaluate why I was making certain choices, why I was
I
attracted
gotcha.
to this thing, and things like that, and realizing why I was comfortable. And once I realized why I felt the way I felt and why I started
Mhm.
moving the way I was moving, it was no longer appealing to me anymore.
Mhm. Mhm.
So being with a woman is not something that I see long term. And if it's something that I
Okay.
don't see being long term, there's no point in me wasting my time on it, not even
Yep.
just for fun. So my thing right now is I just want one partner with
Mhm.
being a man, and that's it. That's all. But as long as I say for everybody to each his own, however, whatever dynamic you choose, the main thing is about communication, honesty, and trust, and having a solid foundation before you even decide to enter into a poly situation. Um, Knowing what each other's boundaries are, and
Mhm.
you know, just being truly honest. If you're a guy that just wants to put a threesomes, say that. If you're a woman that just wants to put threesomes, say that. Um, if you're somebody who can't keep it in your pants, then you need to get a divorce and go do your own thing. So
Mhm.
it's all about being open and honest and truly being genuine to yourself and your partner.
So are you like you're open? So you would have a threesome, but not engage in the poly relationship anymore? Is that what I
No,
heard?
I don't want to do threesomes either anymore. Like I've lived that, done that, experienced it, and honestly, at the time, the threesomes were more just for fun. It was just
Yeah.
for fun. It wasn't for anything, solid to build or grow on. And with the growth that I've had these past 8 years and coming to certain realizations of why I did a certain thing is no longer appealing to me, is no longer attractive to me, and I don't waste time on things just to have fun. Um, I'm way more protective with my energy and my peace and the people that I allow into my space, and that mindset that I have of just having fun just to have fun. No, I want to have fun with one person and one person,
Hmm.
and that's a man right now. So but I don't knock anybody for doing it. I had my good experiences. I had bad. I had some fun experiences. I don't regret any of it. But where I'm at right now, my life being 40, soon to be 41, that's just not where I see myself um, in my future.
And I think too, when you're in that type of relationship and you're experimenting like that, you have to be very, very emotionally mature for those types of relationships, emotionally aware with yourself where you are. Because if you're a person that's unable to regulate your emotions and you're in tune with your emotions, then that's where the jealousy comes in. That's where, and you would think that like a threesome, if your wife or partner is welcome into that would be the perfect relationship, right, for a man who is a cheater, someone who loves different flavors of women. But as you mentioned before, a cheater is a cheater regardless of how many women he's in a relationship with. He's still gonna find some excuse because he's not emotionally regulated within himself, and
Mhm.
he has other trauma things that's going on that makes
Yeah.
him has have the need to
To
fulfill
cheat.
that with different women,
Yeah.
different appetites. Because as soon as you learn that person, he's going to, it becomes old to him, and
Mhm.
he's gonna find something new to experiment with. And then it's always gonna be the excuse of, oh, this is happening, oh, I'm not feeling this anymore. Or if you would have done this or you would have done that, but that's just narcissistic behaviors. That's a
Yeah,
whole
just
nother
control issues.
control issues. So that's a whole other topic right there. But for me, myself, as I was saying earlier, me at my grown age, I've never, um, I've never had the desire to go outside of my relationship. I've always been a person that's been with one person, and maybe it was like a disservice to me, but if that person was satisfying me intimately, and when I was younger, it didn't even matter if he was satisfying me mentally, right, or spiritually. I just thought
Hmm.
about the sex part. Oh, the sex is good, the money is good, this is where I want to be. But now at this age, I need to I need something more fulfilling. And and I think
Yeah,
as a woman tends to get older, our needs and wants change, depending on if we've done the work on ourselves.
definitely.
Yeah, if we've done the work on ourselves to kind of heal the trauma that and not everyone has had trauma in their lives that want to experience that want to experience different things. I mean, if you open, and I call it being fluent, and you're open to new things, there's nothing wrong with experimenting. Sometimes me, I like to experiment with jobs. I like to experiment with Now, as far as and me working in the industry that I worked in, like I've been a social worker for like 24 years, 25 years now this year. So I've always worked with the LBGTQIP community and
Alphabet
you know,
community.
yeah, the alphabet community. And I've just seen a lot and heard a lot. Like today, a young lady, she talked about um poly what was it at the term, she polyq
Poly.
relationship. And I was like, okay, well, what is that? And she explained it,
Hmm.
whereas you have this couple and they're going outside of their relationship, and they're out going outside the relationship, and then they all just switch partners. Like they all know each other, they all sleep with each other. It's just like they have their own little community of sex, fun, and games. That's what I call it. It's just one party. So no one in that situation is really settled down with anyone, from my perspective. Now I don't know how anyone else sees it, because um, how can you settle when you have multiple people that you're engaging with, and you have the desire, because that is a desire at that point in time, from what I'm hearing, um, to want to experiment in that sexual manner. It's not for me being sexually free is allowing myself to become, as in tune with my body as I can, and knowing those spots that when my partner touches me, I can
Hmm.
teach him what are my soft girl points, how to make me have an orgasm and things like that. So as far as that's sexual exploration for me. So
Hmm.
Well, to touch on about the different dynamics, that's why there's like the basic six dynamics of poly relationships. But one of them is the open poly relationship where it's the man and the woman, or the man and the man, or a woman and a woman, and they both decide, well, hey, I'm going to have a partner outside of our relationship. You have a partner, and everybody knows each other. They can also down and have dinner together, but it doesn't necessarily mean that everybody is having it, or they're not switching partners and stuff like that. But the
mhm.
main couple, they're the priority. You schedule dates with the other person. Everybody knows everybody. Everybody respects everybody's boundaries. Then there's the don't ask, don't tell poly relationship. Where it's the main couple. They know that the partner is dating somebody. They know the other person, but they just don't care for the details. So all you do your thing. You come back home. You build your relationship with whoever, but keep that other partner. Don't be bouncing from cat to bird. You're not doing that. And then there are the closed poly relationships where you both decide that okay, you're gonna either bring one or two more people in, maybe one for both of us to share or one for each of us, and that's it. Like nobody else is like there is an actual relationship, planning trips together, um, spending time together, cooking together, growing together, building together. Um, it's different dynamics. And like I said, there's the open poly relationship, solo poly, and it's a single person that's dating multiple people, but they all are aware of the other person's existence. That person is just living their life in their own autonomy and just doing whatever, but being respectful to these other people that they're dating in the process of building these relationships with. So then there's the swingers. That's something completely different. When it sounded like your friend was talking about was more like on the swinger level, where
Yeah,
Exactly.
that sounds more like swingers, where two or three couples will get together and they all switch it up. That's swingers. That don't have nothing to do with poly or anything because they're not building a relationship. That is just more focused on the physical stuff. They're
but
getting
then you
along
have
together,
some of
building
those
together.
poly couples that interact with the swingers. So it kind of intertwines because with the lifestyle, I have a lot of friends in the lifestyle, and I some like total like you have the ones that are just looking for the fun out of it. I've seen it where it's like whole groups, like they go on trips, um, family oriented as well. You understand? And that's on the lifestyle side, totally. Even with the ones who are, poly in the different breakdowns that you gave me. Because not like as much as I knew for just or how I look at it is the poly that means okay, it's an agreement. Y'all know about what you're doing together and trying to build something together as a couple with an additional person or
Mhm.
multiple people. That's how I looked at poly. Then more so on the lifestyle side, I look at it as, it's more so for the fun and everything. But and that includes the swinging parties, all those things. But I've seen where they have incorporated all of that together.
So that's one of the main things that people have to separate the two. Poly relationships is built on emotional connection. It doesn't have anything to do with just like the physical part. It's emotional connection. All of that other stuff where people are just going out just to have fun, those are wingers. They don't care about building an actual connection and like long-term partnership. Now they may have a
Mhm.
long-term agreement as far as like being swingers and having people that they do
Mhm.
that with on a regular, but there's no full investment on building and growing together. There's no
Mhm.
investment in it. And that's why some people kind of get those mixed up because
So
it's
what?
people
But
that are
then you
only
have the
about
poly couples who like to swing. You have some of those as well.
they just want this. They may want to try to use that term to try to like butter it down a little bit, put some sugar on top of it, but
Uh-huh.
those are straight up swingers. And I guess people don't like the term swingers because it sounds a bit more vulgar than to say you're a poly because when most
That's been
people are
around a long
connected,
time.
The
yeah, but some
swinger,
people
the
are ashamed of it. They're ashamed of it. Like
You
if
they shouldn't be.
they
I
shouldn't be,
have
well,
a lot because a lot of the people that I know, they're kind of bold in it, like they don't hide it. They let it be known. Like on their Facebook profiles, they're gonna have their name and then they're gonna have that LS behind it saying lifestyle. So
mhm.
um I have, like I said, I have a lot of friends that I've been around for years who that's the life that they're living. Different versions, in different states, and it's so many
but what
different variables.
Oh yeah, I couldn't get down with the swinger stuff because that's no. I'm sorry. I can't. I was never the person to be with two men at once. Never, ever, ever. That's not my cup of tea. Now there's some women that have poly relationships like that, where the woman is with two men, have a serious relationship with both of them, and the husband is okay with it. There's a lot of that going on now. I was just never think that way. I just, ah, I couldn't do it.
So I've heard at the so what does it what happens at Colette's? I don't know if you guys have ever gone there, but I heard that's like the place where you can if you're a couple and you're looking for something different, that's the place where you can go and find you a new partner. So is that more like a swingers club or
Really? Yeah.
Oh, I've never heard of it.
So, oh yeah, it's I kid you not, it's very discreet. The people that know, they know, and it literally is like how you see it in the movies with those clubs. It's like there's no sign outside, but the people that know where it's at, they know where it's at. And I kid you not, I've always wanted to go in there just to see, like if it was really like that. I was in there
Yeah.
clutching my pearls. I was
I've heard
literally,
it's more
I was,
like if you're exhibitionist, that would be the perfect place because I've heard you can have sex with like you can have sex in the middle of the floor and everyone is
no, no,
watching
no, no,
you.
no, 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 no.
Okay,
It's not.
not
So there are. So when you go in, there is the dance area, the bar, and everything like that. And of course, that's where everybody's starting to get warmed up at. You're drinking, having a good time. People checking out everybody. Couples that are together. That just like being in the atmosphere of seeing other people expressing themselves sexually. Now they're only going in there as a couple, not to do anything with anybody else. They just like the environment. They get excited about seeing other people do things or being
Hmm.
seen by other people. So
Hmm.
it's not just swingers going in there, and it's not just couples going in there trying to find other couples to go with. It's couples that want to go in there and be seen because it's that turns them on. Then there's a couple that's going in there looking for another partner, additional partner, or to swap out. There's people that's going in there just only to watch. And
Okay, so yeah, that's giving the
yeah,
swinger club 5.82.
so it's like a different dynamic. So depending on what you wanted will determine what you ended up doing. And I was I couldn't believe it was I was like, this is real life. They really being here doing like they was really in
Yeah.
them.
Atlanta has a lot of those.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I was it was very, very, very interesting. Fun, but interesting. Um, I was just a
not.
spectator.
I'm not gonna lie. I want to go just one time just to see what happens.
You want to go? We can go. We
She
can
just
go. Now,
explained it.
men can't go in there by themselves unless they
Mm-mm.
have like a singles night. Um, but a man has to go in there with a woman.
Oh,
And
Mm-hmm.
he does.
that's the only reason why I ended up going because a friend of mine was like, "Hey, I need a date. I want to go to Florida. Do you mind?" He was like, "You're the only person that I know that's cool enough to go." He's like, "You mind going?" I was like, "Yeah, I just want to go see what it was like." I called my homegirl. She brought her homegirl, and everybody went to go check it out and see. And yeah, the music was nice. The atmosphere was very fun. Everyone was just doing their own thing. It was, like a regular club at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Upstairs, it was going down. There was all to the walls, ceiling. It was everywhere. It was it was everywhere. So yeah, we're gonna have to make
Because
that a girls'
I
night.
bet Alicia text. She says she can hardly hear you, and she says she can hear the background more is drowning you out or something. I don't know. So, so I don't know if the volume is low or something.
I don't know. I was trying to find a voice isolation, but I don't think I can't find it. I can't find it. I'll try to
But
speak a little louder. Is that better? Is that
yeah,
better now? Okay. Yeah. But yeah, it was something different. It was definitely different. Definitely different. Very entertaining. I laughed a lot. Probably shouldn't have. Because when I tell you, people of all walks of life was in there. Like you can tell the people that was in there that had money. You can tell the people that was in there that
Hmm.
didn't have too much money. You know, big, tall, skinny, fat, short, attractive, ugly. It was all in
So
there.
they were all in there. So yeah, I
Hmm.
heard it. I've had a description of okay, you walk. I guess I think is it a cover charge or something that to get
Yeah,
in
it's
there.
$50 per person. Yeah, 50 per person.
50 per person, baby. You gotta make it worth my $50 some kind of way. And then you
It
bring
was
your
very
own,
entertaining.
yeah, and then you bring your own alcohol, I think someone told
Oh,
me. And I
oh,
heard there's all different
BYOB.
walks of life in there. So you get to pick and choose if you wanna swap out. So I'm thinking that's more like a swingers thing that happens in there in that place.
it's a wide range of different things that happen. You have the choice of hooking up with another couple. You have the choice of a couple meet another couple and then they're swapping out the wives. You have the choice of just being there with your partner and only being active with your partner and nobody else. You just want other people to watch you and you want to watch other people. You have the choice to just go in there and watch with your partner and not do anything at all. So it's a huge it's a big dynamic because some couples get turned on just by watching other people. Some couples get turned on just by being watched. They don't want nobody else being involved. They just want to be seen. So it's not about just swingers. It's different dynamics that's rolling around in there.
Now see, I would have to go in there with a partner. Because if I'm watching, then we gonna have to go get a room at some point. So because just
Uh,
I don't.
I, I, I didn't get aroused or excited about seeing any of the stuff in there. It was just I was there because my homeboy asked me to go with him as a date. One of my homegirls came with me with her one of her friends. And it was more for entertainment purposes, like, oh my God, like they really did this stuff in real life. And, we danced and had a good time and everything. That was it. But as far as like
All right,
hooking up
Keisha, that's how people get caught up. How about you just want to go see?
mess around and become a regular,
Yeah.
you want to be like, oh,
Y'all, let me find out there. Like that's where I really want to invest my $50 at. Let me find somebody, some old rich white man in there.
Hmm.
My
oh,
husband might be in there.
they were in there.
You go in
They were
there talk about
definitely
I'm
in
gonna
there.
go watch. I just want to go see what's going on, and then you start watching and see some people did they pull you right in?
Oh no, they tried. There was a couple people that tried to drag me on, like, oh,
Hmm.
you're beautiful and things. I'm like, no, I'm just here to watch. I'm a spectator. I'm not a
So,
participant.
so let me ask this, because in your experiences, do you think it was ever a time where, you was with a couple, or when you in your marriage, who do you think was getting the most out of the relationship that you guys were having with the other person there? Like, who do you think was getting the most emotionally out of that, sexually out of that, being fed spiritually out of that type of relationship you had when you were married?
So this was a case by case basis. So there was this one relationship that we started when we kind of started, and the young lady, and this was like after me and my ex-husband separated, and he was like, "I'm gonna try and see if
Hmm.
we can make it work again." So we started dating a young lady together. Me and her built a relationship with each other. Um, we had like a sister, like we needed somebody to talk to, we had somebody to talk to, and be there for each other mentally and emotionally and everything like that. Um, but for my ex-husband, it was more of having fun types of thing. So it got to the point so where the young lady was like, if he's not satisfied with the both of us, if you leave him, I'm done with him too. And when I was done with him, she was done with him too. So he he didn't he wasn't mentally there or prepared or never really wanted the building part. He just wanted the fun part. So it was just different from for each thing. Um, the one couple where it was like the guy just wanted to have fun with their sex or whatever, and the young lady seemed like she wanted to have a deeper connection. It just varies by each thing. So, but to me, it's like if there was no balance, I wanted no part of it.
So the balance would be, well, I mean, what would be the balance for you in a
Where
relationship?
it's like a regular monogamous relationship. There's open communication, boundaries are set, everybody is planning together, doing things together, growing together, contributing, and then in the process of having all of that, is, not if everybody is attracted to each other, of course there's going to be sex involved, whether it's whether it was him and her while I was at work, or me and her while he was at work, or all three of us while we were together. Um, it wasn't necessarily like, oh, I have to be there if y'all do something or anything like that, where it was like we were supposed to be attracted to each other on all levels, on every aspect of it, as if it was just a relationship between a man and a woman. And when the wrong person is involved in saying that they want that, that's when it can be messed up. It's just like a regular man and wife. If that man is not faithful, he's not loyal, he doesn't respect his partner, he's always crossing boundaries, that relationship isn't going to work. So it's the same thing if you're going to have a closed power relationship and you're building and you're growing together. And if anybody in that dynamic is not honest and they're a cheater, they're a liar, it's not going to work out at all. So it's the same thing as having a one on one relationship.
So do you think it's possible for you to have, like, you start growing, like, I know we like to say love is love, and it's possible to love two people at the same time. But even with loving two people at the same time, do you think that, I mean, love and have a higher tolerance? Like, I have an unconditional love for one of my partners, but the other partner that I have, I love them, but I don't have that unconditional love where I'm willing to put up with any and everything that they bring to the table. So do you think it's like, could it be a balance like that where you would feel mutually for both people or everyone
No,
involved in the relationship?
it's never going to be equal as far as how you feel about somebody, because you may receive something from one of your partners that you don't receive from the other. One of the partners may be more communicative and they're more, emotionally deeply invested in the relationship, and the other one may be kind of like, you know, they don't like being touched all the time. Like people, their love languages are different, and you resonate more with one partner than the other. It's not about how y'all connect with each other. It's about how y'all respect each other and not treating one person better than the other. If you can have different things with each person and have different connections with each person, what it comes down to is respecting each other and not making the other person feel like the oddball out. Where then it's just slowly becoming you and that one person, and the third one is left alone. Because then at that point, you might as well. It's no longer a poly relationship. The other person is just there for decoration, and so it's all about respecting each other, respecting your boundaries, but loving each other differently than equally. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Because you can love both unconditionally. It's just the relationships are different. You
Yeah, the
love them
relationships are different.
totally.
Yeah.
You just have a different relationship with each person in it. And
Hmm.
that's like groups of friends or whatever. You all can love each other, but it's just different dynamics to that, you know?
Exactly.
So when you say, okay, you can love too, and it's just, I feel like when a man cheats, it's just like a cheater because you're going, basically, sometimes you have to have at least three men in your life to get to make one man that you know, the perfect man. And I think
And
for
that's
me,
when you go solo poly. That's when you go solo poly. And I did that.
Go
Sometimes I
get
like to
you
go to
three
plays
men,
and
Keisha.
ballets. Sometimes I like to go to plays and ballets and musicals and things like that. And then sometimes I want to stay at home, chill and relax. Sometimes I want to go to the gun range and go and shoot off a few rounds. Sometimes I want to go laser tag. So there's
Mm-hmm.
different things about me that I love to do. So if I'm dating one person that don't want to go to a play or go to a ballet, I'm gonna date the other. I'm going to date with the guy that want to go to the plays and the ballets and the musicals. And when I want to go to the shooting range, I'm gonna call the guy that wants to go to the shooting range. That's how I was when I was, doing the whole solo poly thing. But I'm not doing it anymore. I don't want to be dating multiple people. If I can't find everything that I want in one person, I'm just no longer in the headspace of wanting to juggle multiple relationships. I just don't want to do that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And it was my peace to me. It's all my peace to me. So if I can't have it all in one, I don't want it at all. That's where I'm at right
so, so you do you think it was more emotionally draining on you to like try to give yourself to multiple people, and we already like we're in a monogamous relationship with one person. We tend to try to give 100% of ourselves in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
now.
Sounds like the men always screw it up.
No, because they got no. See, there's some women that screw it up too. The problem is that some women aren't honest about wanting to be in poly relationships. Some of them will go into a relationship just because it pleases the husband. Some men will go into a poly relationship just because it pleases the wife. I've seen both sides where the man didn't want to do it, but he did it for the sake of his wife. The woman didn't want to do
Mm-hmm.
it, but she did it for the sake of her husband. And that's when things start to shift because the person's love for the other person outweighs the love that they have for themselves, and then they start to
Mm-hmm.
become unhappy and become resentful, and those are the type of relationships that don't work out. Those are the type of poly relationships that really don't work out because somebody in a relationship don't want to be in it. But then there are those couples that they're both in it for the long haul, and they both secretly want that third partner where they build and grow together, and
Mm-hmm.
they respect each other, they love each other, the way they move through life together. They just want somebody else that they can share that emotional, connection with and do everything together. So it just varies person by person, you know. But yeah,
But I think if you're gonna be in a relationship with a man and you know that he's a cheater and you accept everything about that man, you might as well just go ahead on and bring the other woman in the relationship anyway, because it's like all three of y'all in the relationship. It's just that
Yeah,
when
if
he,
you're
that's when
accepting it, yeah.
yeah,
that's when the
I
don't
just
ask, don't tell come in. That's when the don't ask, don't tell come in. So we all know that the saying, we're not our grandmothers, we're not our mothers. People women have said that before because we were watching our aunts and our grandmothers in these marriages, and they know about the kids that their husband had that was living right down the street, but
Mm-hmm.
they pretended as if they did not know about it, but they knew.
Mm-hmm.
mm,
Everybody
yeah, they
else
knew.
knew, but it's comfortable for those women to act like they don't know so that they can justify why they're still in the relationship with their husband.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Some people like to pretend like they don't know because if they actually have to face it and see it in their face every day, it's embarrassing to them
Mm-hmm.
because it's not the type of lifestyle that they want to live. So they will tend to act like if they don't see it, they don't know about it, it doesn't exist. So yeah, it's not a you might as well because that's not what you want. You don't want to see that. It's better for
Hmm.
them to close their eyes and act like it's not there. So I don't
Yeah.
recommend going into it if you don't like it.
Well, yeah, but at the same token, but I've always heard that, when we're in relationships with multiple people, like, and that person is getting a different each person is getting a different version of that one person depending on what their needs are from that person. So how would that work if we are all under the same roof and we have a different need? That
Mm-hmm.
person has a different need to be fulfilled. Wouldn't that be the same as that person getting the two people getting two different versions of that person, although you are all under one roof?
It's
But
not
why would do
necessarily
people
giving.
give different versions of themselves?
It's not necessarily giving a different version of yourself. It's understanding that one person, like I said, one you have a couple. Like I was just explaining, like you have one person they want to go to plays and ballets, and the other one don't. So
Hmm.
okay, I'm gonna go to that play and that ballet with the other person, and the person that don't want to go, that's not into that, doesn't mind or they don't care because that's not their thing. Why would I be jealous about doing something that I don't get to do anyways? I don't want to take away that fun from my partner being able to do that, and if our partner that we
Mm-hmm.
are now included in our relationship is into that, I'm happy for them. But when it's time for me to do my thing that I want to do, and that's something that me and one of the other partners are into. It's all about being able to respect each other and not making everybody feel like everything has to be exactly the same for each person because everybody is different. It's all about respect and setting those boundaries and things like that and having an open line of communication. The respect thing is the main thing.
I think that's those are the three key words in any relationship: respect and
Mm-hmm.
boundaries and
And
communication.
communication, yeah.
And if long as
Mm-hmm.
you are communicating with that person, honestly communicating with that person, whatever the basis of the relationship is, you shouldn't have any issues at all. So I do, if as long as you keep those three things at a buck 100, then you won't have drama, you won't have chaos. It shouldn't be any of that. But I still think that, but you could, yeah.
That's where the communication part comes in though, because there will be moments people that create this unrealistic idea of that, oh well, nobody should be jealous if y'all all are agreeing to it. You can be in agreement to it and be okay with it and be happy with it. But even couples, when it's just them, we have moments of feeling like a little jealousy sometimes. Like, and you have every right to feel those emotions. Like the man may feel like the two women may be doing way too much to each other than they're doing with him. And he may feel like slightly left out, even though he knows that they both care about him. It's all about communicating with them and saying, hey, I know y'all two been spending way more time with each other than y'all been with me. Let's plan a date and let's do things like that. The women may feel like, well, you don't really do all of that with me. And, it's all about having those open lines of communication, being able to be emotionally intelligent, first of all, and emotionally vulnerable to be able to communicate that with your partner and having a partner that's able to receive it, understand it, and work out how they can fix whatever the issue is. That's the main thing. So it's unrealistic to say that no issue is going to happen just because you should be okay with it. We're human. We're changing and we're growing every day. Just like I no longer want to be a part of that lifestyle. Um, it's just not where I'm at in my life. And people change and they grow all the time. And it's again, communication, respect, boundaries. That's all it is when you're wanting to build a solid polyamorous relationship.
Yeah. And and I want, like, I'm wondering, like you said, we all grow, and as we mature as ladies and men, we have different needs and wants,
Mm-hmm.
and I think from your experiences of, you had, I don't, how long did you kind of engaged in like swinging in polyamorous relationships, as from what
I
age
was a
now?
swinger. I never did do the swinging thing.
All right.
That I never did. Um, but I guess so. I guess I never get open to the idea of doing having that lifestyle because I don't know if you remember Cinematch used to have like those late at night specials or whatever, where it goes into like the the sex scenes, different clubs and things like that that they would show like at 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the morning. I used to sneak up and watch those shows. Okay, so sneak up and watch those shows, and I would see these different with couples that were happy and enjoying themselves and living a completely different lifestyle that I had never seen before. I take that back. I did see it. I did see it, but it wasn't open. It was hidden. I wasn't supposed to know about it. But actually seeing like these shows where these couples were open with each other and honest with each other and meeting other couples that were living the same type of lifestyle or different type of lifestyle. And me realizing like these people are everyday people, like they regular, like they're doing what makes them happy and I mean whatever makes them happy and they respect and they love each other, like who cares what they're doing with their penis and their vagina? Who cares? And
Hmm.
so as I got older, even when I was a teenager, I'm like, if I talking to a guy that I like, then like, if you like another guy, just be open and honest about it. Don't lie to me about it. My thing is about honesty. So if you're telling me you want to be with me and only me, you're gonna be with me and only me. Because anything else outside of that is cheating. Now, if you come to me and say, yeah, I like to
Absolutely.
date multiple girls at once, like I like her and I like you, hey, do you? Just as long as you're respecting both of us, you're using protection, and that's the only thing I care about. If you go outside of what you say you're gonna do, then that means you lie, and then we can't be around that. I don't want to deal with you. So my thing has always been about honesty and being um, forthcoming with what you really want. Because if you tell me you want one thing and you do another, I don't care what it was about, how small it was. Don't lie to me, because I'm too
Mm-hmm.
open. I'm too open and too understanding to people being their own individual. I don't judge anybody at all. So if you can lie to me, to somebody that's open and honest and secure in who I am, don't have a jealous bone in my body, I'm okay with you dating other people and you still lie to me, mm-mm, it ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work.
So y'all, it's time not to cut it off because you know we only have a short frame time frame to talk about everything that we want to touch on, and we won't possibly be able to get into everything tonight. So I would love to invite you back so we could dive a little deeper into this because I would love to talk about like more in depth about the relationships with, like the sexual pleasure you get from one versus the other, or being intertwined in a relationship as a whole. What benefits comes with that. So,
Okay.
so we can sit down and talk, and then give you a chance to settle where you can get into a comfortable spot and we can really have a conversation because I can see you out in
So
a and I appreciate
yeah,
you and I love you so much for coming
thank
on and
you.
giving me your
Thank you
time
so much.
tonight.
Thank you. I
So
was like, I gotta make it no matter what. I gotta make sure I make it. So yeah, I
so
appreciate you
y'all,
having me.
so I want to say to the people out there listening, I see we had like about 40 something views already, which is good to see that we just came back tonight. By tomorrow, hopefully that number grow because I know people like to sit down and listen to the podcast, but I want to remind you guys every Wednesday we'll be here discussing these conversations. 2026 is going to look a little different, y'all, because I'm going to be doing some live podcasts where we're going to actually be streaming from different venues and have different guests on those at these venues. So you're welcome to come out. I'll let you guys know where we're going to be that night if you want to take, be a part of those conversations. And we're going to be doing some things. This young lady here is also a black entrepreneur. She has her own business. And I wanted to,
Okay.
before we leave, to tell y'all a little bit about that. So, what is it that you do to make money, lady?
So I am a vegan baker. I make vegan desserts, and I've now branched out into making savory food as well. Some of my products are sold at Vigorous Body and at Smith at Vegans right now, and I'm looking to expand that. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why I wasn't at home yet because I was out working. I was out
So,
working with some stuff for Food Vegan. Yeah.
yeah, and y'all heard the Vigorous Body, which is a new spot on magazine. I can't think of it. It's 47, what? 47.
29?
29, I think. Magazine Street is right next door from Le Bon Ton. So if you're looking for Le Bon Tons or you in that area going to an event, you can stop by Vigorous Body. The owner, Miss Sierra, is not on, but she has a, a whole bunch of wellness and vegan items and healthy stuff that you got guys can engage in. And again, she has a great menu. This is one of
Gift
the
card.
the vendors that actually has her products in there. And as she says, she's a baker. She has vegan products that she actually sells out of Vigorous Body. So yeah, give them a visit, y'all. They're open from, I think, they're open until about 8 o'clock. I think I want to
Mm-hmm.
say 11 or 12, so maybe about 8 o'clock at night. So give them a visit, and don't forget to share, subscribe, and like, because that's the only way that I'm going to get the sponsorships that I need. Okay, so like, even if you don't like it. I'm just getting, you better like it, like they say on TikTok.
Well, we're talking tonight, so
I'm giving you my podcast and you better like it. So go ahead on and subscribe to YouTube at KPR. Well, it's KPR Productions LLC. You're gonna see KPR television when you subscribe to that. And of course you can subscribe to me on Instagram as well. Become a follower to KPR, or at KPR Productions. So it's the same handle on YouTube, Facebook, and IG. And we're streaming live every Wednesday at 6:30. If that happens to change and I'm doing an event or something, then you guys will know, because I will certainly post it. But on that note, good night. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next Wednesday. Good night.
Good night.
bye.
You stop cooking? Yes, you talking about you can't hear. I couldn't hear. That shit is there. Mama going in and out the door. You that's they volume low. I know. Go tell them open their volume. People are like, you're not about to stop eating late because you can't hear. You get better at your times. 6:30 is the time. Well, I had plans to cook at 6:30. I pushed it back so people go to bed. He said 7 o'clock. Well, you know I go an hour. Well, you have to stop talking so much. What you got going on? Nothing. Mashed potatoes, corn, everything I bought. Everything. I think you did not buy that. I bought this. I bought you. I bought you. I bought you, baby. Well, you should have turned me. Well, you ready for me to package your ass up and ship you off? Because I can always return. Baby, I take up many of vitamins. You can't get me sick. Pick up this pissy ass pamper thing while you waiting on that food. Pick it up. I'm not picking up nothing. Stop leaving them out. I did not leave them out. I started picking them up. Why you trying to be smart? I put them down in the morning. Oh, okay, because your brother said the house be smelling like a dog. I don't smell it. I don't smell it either. I know what dogs smell like. I bet you a lot of times they got dogs. Yeah, I know my house don't smell like that. I might not have cooked, but my house don't smell like no dog. My house don't smell like no damn dog. Now what happened?
Kentucky boy. When y'all have no greens, he's gonna do a side chicken that too.
They do have gravy.
Well, I'm not looking for it.
It's in the cabinet. You want me to get it?
No, I don't know about it. No side spoon, corn, chicken, and
Well, it's the same thing. The only thing you're missing is the gravy. You can make a gravy with flour.